Testing. Alright, so the New York Sailors and the St. Louis Stars. Bit of a delayed start, so Quinn Matthews is going to start today for the Sailors, and George Kirby going to take the mound for the St. Louis Stars. Alright. Sit back and enjoy. Welcome to downtown Manhattan, the New York Coliseum, home of both the New York Sailors and the New York Knights. Today, the New York Sailors are going to be hosting the St. Louis Stars, and Quinn Matthews is his first time called to a Major League level of baseball. There are some top prospects for the New York Sailors, as you can see. They'll be taking the mound for the Sailors here this evening. And Stephen Kwan going to lead it off for the St. Louis Stars. Swung and a miss, and we're underway. 3-10 Gold Club here for St. Louis. Stars with red jerseys. I think next season I'm going to give them red road helmets. Either it was a mistake, or maybe I thought it looked good in the moment. And it's 1-1 the count. And another pitch. It'll be a grounder to first. It's going to be a foul ball for Stephen Kwan. Stars in red and gray. This is a good name. Because I couldn't really get anything that really worked for the name Archers. That's what I wanted him to be, the St. Louis Archers, but I couldn't find anything that really worked. So I settled on Stars. And the 1-2. It'll be found down wide in the left. And the running catch for out number 1. Koji Yamaguchi is next. And Levi Anderson, both those are custom players. I do know that for sure. So yeah, here's Kenji Yamaguchi for the St. Louis Stars. Facing Quinn Matthews. It'll be really exciting. This is the Brooklyn-based team.
0-1.
The Manhattan-based team. Their like facilities are in Manhattan. The Sailors' facilities are in Brooklyn. They just happen to share the same arena or stadium in Manhattan, if that makes sense. First effort to start at this high of a level of baseball. And his first start in the NBL. Everybody's new to it, so. And a 1-2. Change up way outside. 2-2 the count. Another one to Matthews. And the pitch. Oh, the hit Yamaguchi. He'll go to first. Here's Levi Anderson. And a throwback to Yamaguchi. He's called safe. It's all about getting that jump. Yeah. That's why when you're a pitcher, you gotta learn to basically have eyes at the back of your head. That one's flying to left center for out number 2. And then the throw to second to keep Yamaguchi at first. And to the plate is Jake Burger. Gonna work at a fast food restaurant. Work at Burger King. That'd be a perfect like ad. Jake Burger at Burger King. That would be a perfect ad though. Instead, he's decided to become a professional baseball player. I throw back to Yamaguchi. Made it back in time safely. So New York. And the whole almost since New York, the reason they're called the Sailors is because New York's known for their navy. So why not name a team the Sailors? 1-2 popped up. Zip foul territory. They stay in the stadium, and the catch for the New York catcher for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the first. Taking the mound for the St. Louis Stars is George Kirby. He's already started 1 game for St. Louis so far. And he'll start another here on this Thursday night. And to lead it off is the DH. Which is an interesting decision to lead off with the DH. Ahmed Rosario. Takes a four-seamer, solid four-seamer from Kirby to start off here in the first inning. Gonna see how he performs. Second of a 3-game series. I'm gonna very quickly check. Please hope he doesn't hit a home run. I'm gonna check how New York did yesterday. Since I haven't, since I make videos on how other teams do. So I can tell you here on the stream. So the Sailors shut out the St. Louis Stars yesterday 4-0. And the New York Sailors are going to look to... They're going to look to make it 2-0. The Stars are going to try and tie the series. A 1-2 to Rosario and the pitch. Fly to shallow center. Shortstop is on it. And Levi Anderson there to make the catch. And that's on number 1. And here is Luis Rengifo. Ramirez is on deck. They got Cal Raleigh as well. This New York team is interesting. So Luis Rengifo. There's ball 1. And then 1-1 to Rengifo. So this New York team got a solid start. Swinging and missing. It's 1-2. They had a solid series against the Sailors. I believe they No, hold on.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
I believe the Anchors. The Sailors had a solid series against the Anchors. I said the Sailors. I said the Sailors had a solid series against the Sailors. You can't do that. It's a mistake. Fly out to center field. Not very deep at all. He's under it, able to make the catch, and that's out number 2. Here's Jose Ramirez. He's already homered this season. 2 RBIs. Solid first week in the National Baseball League. Gets a sinker 96. for strike one. This is one of the dangerous hitters on this New York team. Line to first, and that's out number one. And Jake Burger with the catch at first to retire the side. We head to the second, scoreless. So Jordan Adams, the center fielder, to the plate. He's had a really good start. Two home runs and 5 RBIs scored for Adams. And round to the third. Long throw from Ramirez. Made it in time with ease for out number one. Ramirez, he's one of the better in Major League Baseball. He's known as one of the better third basemen because he can do long throws. Lennon Sosa to the plate for St. Louis.
1-0.
A lazy curveball there from Quinn Matthews. Top of the second here. New York, their colors are blue and gold. St. Louis's colors are red and or Buckeye colors basically, red and silver. I mean, line to first base. That's gonna drop down for a base hit. That one's into the corner, right along the foul pole, and the throw to second. He's gonna make it in there safely. Lennon Sosa with a 1-out double in the top of the second. Yeah, it was a solid hit for Lennon Sosa. Maybe the New York right fielder, he did have a late jump on it, but he did his best to get there. So Danny Trevino to the plate for St. Louis. The Stars need a base hit. That's a chance to try and bring Sosa home. Good slider, 0-2 to Trevino here. All about what that slider is all about. How the drop. You have to learn to account for the drop when you touch a slider. And he didn't bite on the fastball there, 1-2. Another one to Trevino. Line and then a base hit into right field. Sosa rounding third. He will stop there. He's not going to have enough time to go to home. He wouldn't have. And now there's runners on the corners. Right, base hit into right field. So, Trevino's on first, Sosa's on third, and here's Joey Wiemer. Strike one to Wiemer. St. Louis right fielder. Stop. This would be the chance for the Stars to get on the board here in the second inning. That's their chance. They just need Wiemer. Punch runner. He hits one high. He hits one deep, and goodbye. Home run into the second deck. 3-run blast for Joey Wiemer. 3-0 Stars. That's a way to get on the board for St. Louis. A 3-run blast for Joey Wiemer with runners on the corners on a Thursday night. That thing was absolutely belted to the second deck. 29.5-degree launch angle on that ball. 6-second hang time. Into the plate is Jonah Heim. And just like that, it's a 3-0 St. Louis ball game.
That's the ball. Outside.
Forcing called a ball outside by the umpire. Jonah Heim, the St. Louis catcher, on the plate. .350 batting average for Jonah Heim so far, so not a bad start. First week the National Baseball League, because that one's going to be fouled towards the seats and left it down the left field line. Might be going to a Columbus Clippers game on July 13th. Oh, I might be, so that'll be fun. That might be one day I do not that I miss a game. Just a reminder way ahead of time. That's a while away. We'll be well into the season by then. Change up, and it's 2-2 outside. The Stars here. They're in pretty good position. Line to short. And the throw to first for out number 2, and Jonah Heim is retired. Here's a dangerous hitter for the Stars, Stephen Kwan. 2 Guardians hitters on this St. Louis team, Jose Ramirez and Stephen Kwan. That's 2, and they're not no names. Those are both notoriously good hitters. In fact, they played in Cleveland together before coming here. They're gonna have some good chemistry. I feel like it's gonna have like that pair. It's like a pair. They should be batting right after each other. That would be a smart idea. And you have almost like similar to what you have with the New York Yankees in the MLB, Judge and Stanton. Neither of them are in the NBL. Swing and a miss. Side retired. We head to the bottom of the second, but not before Joey Wiemer with a 3-run blast into the second deck. 3-0 St. Louis. And here's Cal Raleigh. So he's catcher for the New York Sailors. And he's going to be facing George Kirby. So how is New York going to respond to a homer? That's how you respond with a base hit down the left field line for Cal Raleigh. And that's going to be a leadoff base hit for Cal Raleigh. Here's Anthony Edwards. 182 batting average. Definitely looking to improve that today. Nice four-seamer at the knees. Just enough to stay in the zone. That one probably is one of the harder pitches. As a batter, you do I know it's fine to take strike one. It's fine to take a strike 1 and 2. That's completely fine, even if it's in the zone. Swing and a miss on a slider, and he strikes out swinging. It's fine. And then once you're on that 0-2 count, that's when you can't swing and miss. So 3 pitches, striking out Anthony Edwards here in New York. And coming to the plate is Elijah King. Foul off 1 for strike 1. Carroll on first base. I feel like he would try and steal some. Maybe someone to watch, as that one's lined foul. Decent crowd here in New York. No count, 2 count to King. And the pitch. Got a piece of that four-seamer 0-2, staying alive in the count against George Kirby. George Kirby, it's mainly, a lot of it's his fastball. He's a very good fastball. That one was below the zone 1 and 2, the count. But just the angle, at least Dave knows they seem to have a tough time. A fly to left center field. There's a run and for a second to keep Cal Raleigh on first. Here's Michael Toglia. So the New York Sailors. It's, they kind of hit at. If they can deal with this 3-0 deficit early, they're gonna have a much better time later on because then they won't be. The hole won't get any deep. The hole won't be as bad, provided they don't let it get any deeper. At least like get out, not have it be a shutout. Have a hit. No, they don't have a single hit against St. Louis. So it's a no-hitter for George Kirby so far. I know it's not. Hold on. Oh, okay. It's not a no-hitter. I know. Kirby still got the shutout going.
That's in, ball.
To me, if he's thrown a shutout, I don't know why you'd ever take him out. I don't care if it. I always find that weird when they take him out after like 7 or 8 shutout innings. That one's chopped towards second, and they'll usually get thrown to the bag, and that retires the side. We head to the 3rd inning. Yamaguchi is up for St. Louis. 3-0 Stars. So here's the Yamaguchi. 1 homer and 4 RBIs in his first week of NBL action. So yeah, Quentin Matthews already gave up two hits and then the 3-run blast from Joey Leamer. That went into the second deck of this stadium. Which to me is quite impressive. And a 0-2.
Ball out.
Took that changeup that was outside for ball 1. There's a decent crowd here. It's obviously not full, but because it's baseball. And just the demand is so high for like football. As Yamaguchi strikes out looking. Second K for Quinn Matthews in this ball game. Not so much. Yeah, the upper decks are a bit empty, but some people here. I guess it's against a team that's from the Midwest. It's not against, like, if it's like against Boston, Chicago, or LA, or either of the Texas teams. Yeah, then you draw more of a crowd.
No, ball.
Maybe the Saturday. If it was a Saturday game, which there won't be, since it's the second of a 3-game series, they'll finish this out tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll be covering the 3rd game of the Las Vegas Gamblers Oakland Ocean series, which I did cover the first game yesterday. 2-2 the count, top of the 3rd inning. Levi Anderson at the plate.
We got a full count.
And there's a ball inside, and the count goes full to Levi Anderson. And the full count pitch. Got a piece of that one, foul. Keeps himself alive in the count. North didn't have a problem yesterday against the Stars, but seems like they're definitely struggling today. They were able to work through them because they got the 4-0 shutout win. And a 3-2. Change-up called, strike 3. 3rd K for Quinn Matthews. That one just... that could be called a ball. Here's Jake Berger. Drop that one. Foul for strike 1. There's just have the S at the logo. Taylor's got the, the man. Got the sailor with his sailor cap on. Solid change up in the zone. 0-2. Another one from Matthews. Called strike 3 and a curveball. We head to the bottom of the third. Here's Harrison Bader, the center fielder for New York Sailors. Bottom of the third inning.
1-0.
Again, New York Sailors are in a hole right now, so they. I mean, credit to George Kirby for so far for keeping the Sailors off the board, as that one's lined down the left field line foul. Sailors haven't even made it through the four yet. Tapper up. It's 1-2 to Harrison Bader.
That's a ball.
Four-seamer, just heard a little too much. I don't know if that was intentionally or not intentionally, but got a little too much to run with that one. Swing and a miss on the exact same pitch, and he struck out. Kirby's second K of the ball game. Here's Josh Lowe. And he got a piece of that slider. Look like, wait, was he gonna bunt? I wish I could go back and tell, but I can't. No one count to Josh Lowe.
Ball inside.
Fly that drifts way off the plate inside. To even the count.
Drag 2.
It's 1-2 the count. And that one's popped foul high in the air. Just above first. First baseman under, and he'll make the catch. Jake Berger. And Ahmed Rosario back to the plate for New York.
Nope, ball.
Forcing the drift just
One ball,
just
no strike.
upstairs for ball one. To the pitch. There's a fly ball into left. Back it goes. It's track, wall, goodbye, home run. And the New York Sailors are on the board. So that's the way to start the ball game for New York. 3-1. So yeah, he attacked that ball pretty well, and it is gone. 370 feet. Not exactly a far home run, but enough to get the Sailors on the board. That's just what they need. So New York, they're on the board. They're still trailing by 2. Yeah. And that breaks the shutout. That's line for a grounder and a base hit into center field, and Luis Rengifo's aboard. He's on first. And here's Jose Ramirez. Wait, I screwed up. Ramirez. Yeah, so there's two Guardians in this game. They're playing for opposing teams, though. I said that was a mistake. Ball one to Ramirez, so he's playing against his. So, the New York Sailors are facing, who is on, as you can see. They have Stephen Kwan. They play in the Major League Baseball. They both play on the Guardians. So they're playing against each other here tonight. in this series. First seamer right down Bradley, and it's 1-2.
1-2.
And he calls a four-seamer at the upper outside corner. Stay alive at the count. Surprised he's not getting better hits on these fastballs. I would have taken that pitch. That didn't look like it was going to be on the plate anyway. He swung at it, so could
2-2.
four-seamer. Chanting Jose Ramirez's name. Swing will be lined to left, and that's out number 3. He was ready to make the catch. So Ahmed Rosario with a solo blast. It's 3-1. On for just 7 innings of a 2-hit ball game in a win versus the Houston Cosmos for Tampa. Aviators winning extra innings versus the Utah Raptors. Love that news. Francisco Alvarez collects 7 RBIs in a win against the Memphis Blues. Into the plate is Jordan Adams for St. Louis. 3-1 count. Coach striking that four-seamer from Matthews. It's a 3-1 Stars ball game here in the top of the 4th. Glad to have you tuning in. 1-1.
That's a ball.
Change-up, just a bit too low. The change-up, not exactly the best place change-up I've ever seen. There's one into right field, and he's under it, able to make the catch. And out number 1. Here's the DH, Lenyn Sosa. Doubled his first at-bat, 3 for 8 this season so far. Makes him 375. Swing up the middle, and that's a base hit on a ground ball, and he's aboard for the Stars.
The third baseman, number 13, Danny Trevino.
Trevino's back of the box, facing Matthews. He got a hit as well. On his line to left, runner's on it. Is he gonna make the catch in foul territory? No, he won't. There's strike 1 for Danny Trevino. So he's trying to extend their lead here.
1-1.
Curveball just a little too.
Runner.
Need to adjust that curveball in. Oh, we're gonna go in a second. There's a fly ball in. That's gonna be foul. Thought that was gonna be fair for a second. Now you wanna watch first base.
2-2.
2-2. The ball gets away. But Sosa stays on first. That's who it is. Lenyn Sosa. Better watch Sosa here. 2-2.
Count is full.
And the count is full to Danny Trevino here, so maybe don't go on the edge of the baseball diamond. The plate. Yeah, don't go off the edge of the
Ball
plate.
4. Take your base.
Ball 4, Trevino walks. Just a little outside. That's enough. And the same situation, Joey Wiemer. That'd be crazy if he crushed 2 3-run homers. Same. We're gonna miss on a changeup 0-1.
0-1.
He was in the exact same situation just a couple innings ago for St. Louis. So, 2 warming up in the New York bullpen. Strike 1 to Wiemer. Not a pitch.
Outside. That's a ball.
Four-seamer, I see he's being very conservative with where he's throwing. He's throwing on that outside edge there. He doesn't want to give up another 3-run bomb, which is
That's
understandable.
the ball.
Now the exact opposite in stream, way upper inside corner. 2-1. He's being really careful here. A 2-1 pitch.
Here.
Got him in the upper outside corner with that fastball. 2-2. Another pitch.
Full count.
Four-seamer upstairs. The count is full to Joey Wiemer. The walks, bases are loaded for New York. For St. Louis, excuse me. We're line to left. There it goes. Goodbye. Home run. He's done it back-to-back at-bats. 2 3-run homers. Both in this season and in this game. Joey Wiemer. 374 feet. 6-1. St. Louis. Well, I predicted it. I said, he might do the same thing twice. He did the same thing twice. And yeah, they're gonna pull Quinn Matthews after that, understandably. Yeah, he can go rest, go sit back, just enjoy the game, because he has not had a good day. So Joey Wiemer killed him, basically. Killed his day today. So Michael Tonkin taking the mound for the New York Sailors. He started 57 games last year. Just double check with the catcher there. Maybe his game plan for what pitches he's going to throw. So start off facing Jonah Heim. Solid fastball to start off. It went almost like attacked inwards on home plate. At the belt. See what it can do here at the 0-1 pitch. Same exact pitch. Back to back 0-2. Eventually you gotta exchange the location of the pitch at the very least. Slider foul. 0-2. Gotta have at least 3 pitches. Be like a reliever. Be a good reliever at that. 6-1 Stars lead. All the runs can be credited to Wiemer. All 6 runs, because he hit 2 3-run blasts. And the 0-2. Got a piece of that four-seamer at the end of his bat to keep himself alive in the count. And the 0-2. Chopped that one on the lower inside corner. Just chopped foul. So New York, I bet they're on their heels now because they don't want the deficit to get any worse. On top foul. He's doing a good job staying alive in the count here. Missed the 8th pitch of the at bat. No one's in this center field, and that's going to get by for a base hit. And Jonah Heim's aboard for St. Louis. Sailors struggling to get that second out. Maybe they're going to work on their reaction time, because that looked like it was playable, but they weren't able to reach it. So Stephen Kwan, Stars, solid four-seamer, and it's strike one. 417 batting average. Stephen Kwan, he's got a good first week in the NBL. 6 sinker to even the count. Kwan he's notoriously hard to get out, so. Fly ball! There it goes to deep right field, and oh, it's foul. Just 9.7 foot outside the pole. Not enough. You almost hit that one.
That's a ball.
2-2, the count's even on that fastball. There goes 96. Get a piece of this sweeper, which is a slower pitch. I think it's like it's still able to throw it above 80 miles an hour. Trying to keep the Sailors deficit to 5. Top of the 4th inning here. Four-seamer that's going to be fouled off. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Stephen Kwan. He's doing a good job fouling off pitches with an 0-2 count here. Sinker, and the count is full. Yamaguchi's on deck. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on an inside pit fastball at 94. And there's 2 outs. Here's Yamaguchi. He's 0 for 1 today. Plus a hit by pitch. Top of the 4th inning. And that one's just short. For the 2nd in the inning. And that will do it. Joey Wiemer repeats what he did earlier in the game with a 3-run bomb. It's 6-1. St. Louis. So bottom of the 4th inning, the New York Sailors gonna lead off with who's that? Cal Raleigh. So Raleigh leading it off with the New York Sailors. He hits one on his first pitch. Back it goes. Goodbye, home run. Way back in the first deck. And it's 6-2 New York. It's 6-2 St. Louis. And the deficit is cut to 4. So New York's got some life. Cal Raleigh with a solo blast. He absolutely corked it. Just that thing. No doubter. Yeah. And here is Anthony Edwards. He's 0 for 1 as well today for the New York Sailors. The Navy and Gold. So they got 2 runs on the board. It's still a big deficit. They gotta find a way out. He's gonna chop one foul down towards the left field. And the bullpens. He has not had a good start to the NBL. For ball 1, lower outside corner. Bit too low in that drop as well. Edwards.
No, that's outside. Ball.
Takes back-to-back pitches here. Good discipline by Anthony Edwards. Up the middle of base hit. So got that one through center field. Just enough of it to get through. He's aboard with nobody out. Elijah King. So maybe should the Stars get worried? Should they?
Ball.
The tying run would make. The tying run is the guy that's after who is on deck. So if Elijah King gets aboard, the tying run's on deck. And if the base is loaded, he's at the plate. There's a fastball fouled into the dugout, towards the dugout. Another 1-1. Got an edge on that four-seamer. Probably that was a better pitch to just take instead of. If I were him, I think it's hard to tell in the moment, obviously, but you knew where a pitch was coming, but before it came. Oh, and then he struck out swinging. Third K for George Kirby. Here's Michael Toglia. Hopefully I said. Hopefully I got that right. So there's one out, one on, and Michael Toglia is on at the plate. I'll be first, and the four-seamer hit at the top of the zone there to even the count, a ball and a strike. So New York, it seems like they got something here. That can they sustain it?
No, that missed. That's the ball.
Four-seamer 2-1. Would help for Toglia to get a hit here. Just found off the 96-mile-an-hour fastball there down the middle. Fastballs down the middle, probably not the best option unless you have like the throw of. There's one. Long, nice throw, double play. Good double play from the Stars, but Cal Raleigh with a solo blast in the right center. It's 6-2. Here's Levi Anderson. So, top of the fifth inning, I wouldn't say the Stars necessarily need to be worried, but
0-1.
try and get offense wherever you can, because New York's going to try and storm back. A piece of that one as it's flied into left field, not deep enough. Easy running catch for it's Elijah King. Maybe I got the wrong name.
The first baseman, Jake Burger.
Here's the first baseman, Jake Berger, for St. Louis. He hits one pretty well. There it goes. Goodbye. Home run. And that makes it a 7-2 ball game for the St. Louis Stars. Jake Berger annihilated that ball. And they're back to a 5-run lead. There goes left center. Not that far from the hate me here sign. That'd be cool if there's somebody actually hits a hit it here sign. That'd be cool. 7-2 Stars. Jordan Adams to the plate. Just the top of the fifth inning here. There's been a lot of homers in this ball game. Slider on the upper inside corner. Fantastic slider by Tonkin. Maybe you should use the slider a little more. The slider seems like, at least for him, it's all about where he places it. The 0-1. Similar technique with a fastball. 0-2. A lot of IRC struggle on that upper inside corner just because of how what it is. Which also slider on the lower outside corner, strikes him out. And so he's retired. Here's Lennon Sosa. Forsheimer on the inside edge, double single and 2 runs for Sosa. 2 for 2 to the DH. No Sailors. Fly ball, back she goes, left field. This one pretty deep, and goodbye. Home run. 8-2. St. Louis. They just add on to their lead continuously. Another blast here in this inning. And it's for Lennon Sosa, and he gets his first home run of the season here in New York. And it seems like a no mercy game here. in St. Louis. And here's Danny Trevino.
Ball.
Four-seamer. Tonkin's gonna find a way to end this, and I won't be surprised if he doesn't. If he's not on the mound much longer here tonight. A 6-run lead. Very well hit, but it's going to turn foul for Trevino. Did get a hit earlier. Entire game's been built on home runs. Top foul towards the dugout. He's on it, and he'll make the catch, and we get to the bottom of the 5th. So 2 solo home runs from Jake Burger and Lennon Sosa. 8-2, St. Louis. Harrison Bader, New York. Maybe a comeback's possible, but it's a long road. So that one's in the air in foul territory. Burger with the catch, and there's one down. There's Josh Lowe. Like the walk-up song. Four-seamer for strike 1. 5-year. He's got a 5-year career at the Rays. And it's 0-2 to count. Bottom of the 5th inning. And they'll be grounder to short, and the throw to the bag is in time. Got number 2. Here's Ahmed Rosario. Bottom of the 5th inning.
Ball.
I am low for ball 1.
That's the ball low.
No splitter low and 2-0. Another pitch.
Nope. Ball.
Solid splitter, 3 balls. That was a ball. That was a ball. Oh, come
Ball
on.
4. Take your base.
And there's ball 4. That's somewhat understandable. So, good off walk. You know, one of those was a bit questionable of a call. Just loaded to Rengifo. So, I'm thinking about St. Louis.
That missed. That's a
I think
ball.
about, well, both TCs, I guess. I guess the weird logo. They both have weird. No, I'm thinking of Kansas. I think St. Louis has something similar where to Kansas City, where it's like, 'cause New York, it's basically a metro area of its own. Like, it's in what is it? It's in basically in 2 different states. One of them is called. Technically, its own city called Newark. And that strikeout ends the inning. We head to the bottom. We head to the top of the 6th. 8-2, Stars.
Leading off for the Stars, the right fielder.
And Joey Wiemer, no, yeah, he's getting booed here in St. Louis. A very warm welcome for Joey Wiemer. 2 3-run homers, as this is a bit stuck. There's one. Maybe that's struggling. Yeah, there. There's one. Yeah, it's struggling. Sorry. It's struggling to load. Sorry about this. And there's the other one. don't know what's going on. Yeah, there's the other one. It is really stuck right now. Almost like a delay here. There. Okay, now it's back. Please don't freeze on me again.
Here.
So, at least New York, it's always been, it's like, do anything to win culture. And it's both sides of New York. And that's a base hit for Joey Wiemer in the center field, and finally doesn't hit a home run. Yeah, he's had a perfect day. 2 3-run blasts, 6 RBI. That's how much he scored in total. 6 of the 8 runs. And he's got a leadoff single here in the 6th. Anaheim to the plate. The weird thing is, New York shut them out 4-0 yesterday. So what's going to happen for Game 3? This is a very stark reversal of yesterday's game. Fly ball in the right field, back it goes, and foul. Second, 9.7 foot outside the foul pole. That's the same as last time. Exact same thing, exact same distance. That's a weird coincidence.
Ball.
Four-seamer and it's one. Speaking of coincidence, I didn't watch a little thing on JFK Lincoln coincidences. Pretty interesting, because I mean it's kind of ridiculous. Because a lot of them are like the same year that they did certain events. It's kind of freaky if you get into it. This is starting to ramble because this game is not. Honestly, this game's not. It's lopsided. Yeah, probably just gonna ramble for the rest of it. Pop up shallow right field. Ramirez there to make the catch. There's one down. Also did watch a bit of a video on something. I didn't actually not know this, but there's a baseball field in Alcatraz. I did not know that until today. This is just cool to me. So, and you can actually still go there and round the bases. You're legally allowed to do that because I don't know if you'll be able to do that in a few months with Donald Trump and everything stuff he's saying. Even though it's unrealistic to look in Alcatraz. There's out number 2. So yeah, but it was a cool video to watch. Somebody actually went there. It was on YouTube. They actually went to the thing. And the history. They had their own league. It was like 6 teams. It was despite like the culture at the time of everything being segregated. It was right. All the races they were. What's the word? Opposite of segregated. You know what I mean. Integrated, I guess. This line, that's going to be a base hit. This one going back. Track. Well, that one's going to drop right in front of the warning track. 1 run will score. It is 9-2 for the Stars. It's only the top of the 6th. Kenji Yamaguchi with a double. Yeah, it's been a rough night for the Sailors. It's been a rough night. So then, yeah, they're gonna pull Tonkin. That's understandable. It's been a tough night for New York. It's like it almost seems like there's no real consistency. So Scott Efros coming to the plate. They played in 2 games. The Yankees pitcher. They're staying in New York. He's on the other side of New York, Brooklyn this time, because this is the Brooklyn team essentially. One thing is they don't have orange. In Royal Blue. So here's Levi Anderson to the plate. I'm gonna keep talking about that video. So yeah, there was like a whole league, and half of the teams were named after minor league teams, and the other half, which is the higher level, because it was split into like 2 levels, they were named after MLB teams. Right? It was the Cardinals. I can't remember the other teams, but really, it was a cool thing. But they even keep track of this stuff. You can go on Google and you can still look it up. It's really cool to me.
Inside ball.
It also reminds me of this little group. I think they're based out of Milwaukee. Similar. It's a similar idea, but it's more modern day. There's a lot of groups that do this. Where they play an old-fashioned form of baseball. It's really cool, and they have like old rules and stuff. Which out ends the inning. Talk a bit more. In the bottom of the 6th. 9-2 Stars. Here's Jose Ramirez. Rice is 0 for 2 today. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going on this stuff. So, what else are we gonna talk about with
That's
this
the ball.
nice
1-0.
weird splitter there? But other than that, yeah, there's a lot of these organizations. One I do remember is the Milwaukee Grays. Those old. They're not the only ones that do this, but what they do is they have like baseball. There's no glove. Home runs don't exist. If it's a home run, it's just a foul ball. It goes over the fence, foul, or it goes to wherever their boundary, past their boundary. So they're all playing on the grass. They're not all gonna have. So there's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's Cal Raleigh, the catcher. Unless there's a home run, I'm not gonna really. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about this thing. There's a fly ball. There it goes. Pretty well hit. Right center, right field. Goodbye. Home run. 9-3. Second home run of the season for Cal Raleigh. So New York, they're trying to claw back. 9-3. A lot of homers in this ball game. For the New York Sailors, they do have offense here. Just their pitching has been absolutely awful. That's kind of the problem in this game. Despite having a good day, they had a great day yesterday. They shut out the Stars 4-0, and then this 9-3 blowout loss. It's only the 6th inning, so there's more baseball. A comeback's possible, but it's unlikely. Anthony Edwards to the plate. So Rowling with his second home run of the season. Every line foul. Yeah, and again in this baseball, they don't have gloves. They like using basically like bats, but they're just like sticks practically. 6 strikeout for George Kirby. He has had a fantastic day on the mound so far. He might have probably won't complete the game, but he's had a fantastic day over on the mound. 6 strikeouts. He has given up 3 runs, but it doesn't really matter because the Stars' offense, they have his back at the plate. They've scored 9 runs. 2 of them 3-run blasts by Joey Weimer, Elijah King. Yeah, these bats are like wooden sticks, practically, and they swing around. And they have all this like professional stuff. Sometimes they wear the old uniforms. They're like costumes. They're like a movie, like a play. They're like I remember they had old strap-ups. This is one I was watching this morning. Old strap-ups.
3-1.
They're like, it's interesting. The one thing is, they do have trouble finding like great teams to play for. And there's another one pretty well hit. Out toward right field. Back it goes. And goodbye. Home run. Second home run of this inning. It's 9-4. Elijah King with his second blast of the season as well. So the New York Sailors continue at their attempt at a comeback. A lot of offense here in this ball game. So, just a perfect hit from Elijah King. 106 off the bat. 395 feet. 9-4.
Ball.
And usually what these teams do is when they're like playing this really old baseball, it's cool, kind of cool. So yeah, a lot of them actually do have crowds come, which that's cool, and they'll follow the rules. Some of them are in costumes too. It's interesting. I'm having a good time here. So Estrada and Gilbert warming up in the Stars bullpen there. The on-field bullpens. Go to regular bullpens. I want to have bullpens in the outfield where they move to the. I always think that's just a lot better looking than these on-field bullpens where they have the ugly mounds on each side. Where the catcher and the pitchers are. It looks ugly to me. 3-1 to Taglia. And Corby gonna try and avoid walking Taglia here. If they throw 2 strikes, they get out of this. 5-run lead for the Stars. So we're gonna miss. We'll count to Taglia. We'll be looking to strike him out. So 3-2. Check swing. He struck out swinging. They go at strike 3. So we ended the 7th. 9-4. So maybe some competition here, but we'll see. We ended the 7th. So Jake Berger play a home run, RBI, and a run scored. It was a solo blast. So solo blast for Berger earlier. Sorry about hiccups. That came out of nowhere. I even been hiccuping recently. That was just, I don't know where hiccups came in. Soto and Monte warming up in the Sailors bullpen. No, that is not Juan Soto. Because Juan Soto is a position player. The other Soto that I'm actually not that familiar with because I don't know his first name. So we're gonna miss the slider 0-2. Very good slider by Airfrost there. He already is in the MLB. He's a New York Yankee. He says New York just moves.
Ball. That's down.
Just moves across the pond essentially. Even though they play in the same stadium. New York Knights, like in this universe, they host the New York Knights. They hosted the game against. I can't remember who they're playing a series against right now, but
2-2.
I know they had a game today. Like canonically, they played earlier. Even though the time, I just realized the time. It does show the time. Wait, was it? Strike 3. 1 out. So Airfrost with a strikeout. Here's Adams, who's one of the few players on the Stars team who hasn't got a base hit. Which a lot of players have got base hits on the St. Louis Stars team today. In their batting order. And slider 0-1. I need to. What else can I talk about? I did watch a video on the catch as well this morning. Willie Mays the catch. I did watch that. It was a pretty fun video. Basically, going into it because I wasn't actually familiar with the Willie Mays catch. Thankfully now I am. I was half expecting it to be like a catch that was back then. That was, yeah, like most of them. Let's see. Oh yeah, it could have probably been done today because a lot of people make that claim about Babe Ruth that. He would just be a normal hitter today, which that is probably true. He probably just would be a normal hitter today. Even below average. Strike 3 called. 2 down here at the 7th for New York. Here's Lemon Sosa, the DH. He's had a perfect day for today. Just see this, all the statistics there just for today. Goodness gracious. The line and base hit, and he's 4 for 4. One got into the gap in left field. And there's 1 on for the Stars with 2 down. So then Trevino to the plate with 2 out. So I did watch that video and basically proceeded to explain how the Polo Grounds were just
1-0.
it was one of their for ball one. The Polo Grounds, which I played like one little game here at MLB The Show in the Polo Grounds. Yeah, yeah, I see why they don't make stadiums like that anymore. It looks like some people call it the bathtub. I love that name for it. The bath. Maybe that's a fair name because it looks like a bathtub. Which basically also means it's
No ball.
basically impossible to hit a home run. But on this play, I don't know the full context. Okay, yeah, I know it's like playoffs. I think it was game 1 of the World Series. They fouled off by Trevino 2-2. And then Willie Mays he went from however so many feet out. He went all the way, basically into center field. Make this catch. He was running ridiculously fast, which most MLB stadiums are not. They're built nothing like the Polo Grounds today. And that if an MLB player, they literally couldn't do it just because of the stadium dimensions. So it's hard to even tell. Line they call that one foul. That was close though. That was a really close one. Full count to Trevino. 21st pitch for Matt Frost coming up. We'll try and get out of the top of the 7th here. And a pitch. Sicker, and it's 3-2. Boy, the highlight video is going to be long. And we foul down the line. Count stays full. And a 3-2 pitch. Swung and a miss, and he got Trevino. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Here's Jeremiah Estrada coming in for the St. Louis Stars. Here's the better going off for the New York Sailors.
That's a ball.
Ball 1 to Bader. Wow. 99 from Estrada. It's been a wild game. Yeah, it's been a wild game here in Manhattan between the New York Sailors and the St. Louis Stars. Whew. Oh, he's gonna bunt, but it's foul, 2-2. If you bunt and it's foul, you can't bunt again, otherwise you can't bunt foul, I should say. I mean, it'd be strike 3. Count is full on our fastball way upstairs from Harrison Bader. That Looney's video was a lot of fun to watch, though. Swing and a miss on a slider. We get to the. And there's one down in bottom of the 7th. And there's Josh Lowe. Four-seamer for strike 1.
That missed. That's a ball.
Four-seamer. 1-1 on the count. Good pitch. Swing and a miss to the four-seamer.
1-2's the count. That's a ball.
York Sailors, usually New York venues for baseball, even for baseball are packed.
Count is full.
Because everything in New York is packed, but yeah, this is probably unrealistic for an actual New York game because they show up. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count.
Ball 4. Runner, take your base.
Listener, ball 4 and lows aboard for the Sailors. Here's Ahmed Rosario for the New York Sailors.
He out one.
Now, and right down Broadway on that fastball for strike 1. Anything else? Okay, yeah, I did learn yesterday that the Cleveland Guardians are the same franchise as there's a base hit in the left, and there's 2 on for New York. I'll finish. What I learned yesterday is that the Cleveland Guardians franchise is the same franchise as a little team in Grand Rapids in the 1890s. They were called the Grand Rapids Furniture Makers. That is just hilarious. I love it. I mean, I'm not gonna laugh now, but I was laughing my butt off yesterday when I learned that they're the same franchise. Where you can connect this first. I can't remember how they got to Grand Rapids, but I mean, for short, from like the mid 1880s to like 1900, they were in Grand Rapids. Strike 3 called. Rengifo, and there's 2 down. Here is Jose Ramirez. If he hits a homer, he'll make a 2-run game.
Ball.
Takes 4-seamer for ball 1.
No strikes.
Fans didn't like that. Fly ball, back it goes, and goodbye, home run, 2-run game. How about that? Jose Ramirez, his 2nd of the season. Well, that is called clutch. Jose Ramirez. Corked one with 2 on. It's just a 2-run ball game. Now we've got a ball game. We're in the bottom of the 7th. And Jeremiah Straw is done for the ball game today. Understandably. We're gonna bring in Ben White. 2 games. He came in earlier this year for the St. Louis Stars. See how he performs here today. They need to get something out of him. So here's Cal Raleigh. Probably got a good time to have Cal Raleigh up. He's had a perfect day today. 4 for 15, 267 batting average. And changeup that's going to be fouled off, keeping the count 1-1. So now we've got baseball. We've got a true ball game. The Sailors are not only in striking distance, but this is not good for St. Louis. Into the bag, barely in time. He got it though. We head to the 8th, just a 2-run game. Jose Ramirez with a 3-run home run, and the Stars lead is the slimmest it's been the entire ball game. They lead just by 2 runs. And Yancy Almonte coming on for the New York Sailors, and he's going to try and keep the deficit to 2. There's Joey Wiemer. A hitter to be fair for New York. Oh, he's here tonight. Top of the 8th inning.
Ball.
A low slider
1-0.
at the inside corner, so just short of 15K here at the New York Coliseum. The Stars and like St. Louis Stars fans should be worried here. Top of the 8th inning. Why not? Is it just a 2-run lead? It was a 8-2 lead at one point. A 6-run lead. Wow.
Ball.
So the Herman just hope Joey Weimer gets a hair. And then we have Grounder to second. Throw to first and in time, and for the first time today, he's out.
The catcher, number 28.
So one down, top of the 8th. Here's Jonah Heim. Up the middle, a base hit for Jonah Heim. That in the center field, and he's aboard. Top of the 8th. And here's Stephen Kwan.
Hee-haw.
Big strike 1. Big circle changeup. The New York Sailors. 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And the fans on their feet. I'd like a few more have gotten into the stadium just slightly. Maybe I just didn't see them. It's hard to tell because I can't see fans. Just because that wall was so high. And the 0-2. Just got a piece of that sinker off the end of the bat. Quan. So, New York here. They were struggling early on. It was 6-1. They were like an 8-2. That was the worst. 9-2 actually was the worst. It was a 7-run deficit. And New York's almost clawed all the way back thanks to the help of Jose Ramirez's 3-run blast. And they had 2 solo homers, but this game has been built on home runs. Every run in this game was scored by a home run. Every single run. Slider, and that's when he tapped foul 0-2. Quan keeping himself in the count. That's the thing with Quan. He is very good at staying alive in the count. And therefore it makes it hard to get him out because either you throw too many balls or you throw where he can easily hit it and then you just hope for the best. Flying and a miss, he got out Quan. A tough out for Almonte. His first strikeout as a reliever here tonight. Very sorry. Did a great job getting Quan to chase. What music they got going, I like it. Here's Kenji Yamaguchi for the Stars. Out off a slider. 1 for 3 today for St. Louis. Like they're right on the money, 0-2. Fans on their feet for Almonte. And the 0-2. Swing and a miss from the slider. We head to the bottom of the 8th. A 2-run deficit for the Sailors. Can they tie the game? We'll see.
Let me start by saying, which one
Here's Anthony Edwards.
1-0.
Awful curveball there to start off. And with the fan thing, why is there, like, the fans, why do they fluctuate? I don't get it. It should stay the same the entire time. Long run! He got it! Stephen Kwan! A long running catch. Route number 1 to get Edwards out. Elijah King. Sorry, 1 for 3 with a home run earlier. The Sailors, bottom of the 8th. Still gonna miss it a four-seamer. 98 miles an hour from Ben White. He's playing baseball at this high of a level for a reason. And the runner for Kwan, but this time he's not going to be anywhere near close. So and they're within 2 runs, so this is within reach. Fly ball, but it's going to turn foul out into the corner down the right field line. Just got a piece of the changeup to stay alive in the count, although I believe I'll can tell if I was off the plate or not. He's paying close enough attention.
1-2.
Third ball in the dirt for ball 1. The Stars are really going to rely on Ben White.
2-2.
Bad fastball, way low. 2-2. It was a terrible angle as well. Ben White, he's got to be conservative with the swing the right pitcher. Line to base hit into left. That one's going to go all the way to the corner. Kwan going to get to it, and that should be a double. And it will be. Elijah King with a 1-out double here in the bottom of the 8th, and the tying run is aboard. Tying run at the plate, Michael Toglia. Bottom of the 8th inning.
That's the ball.
Change up low for ball 1. There wasn't this many fans that started, and why is there this many fans now? I don't understand it. Down on their feet. The leading run is on deck for New York. It's all up to Ben White.
Ball.
2-1 to Toglia. Ben White's got to be careful with his pitches. We're going to miss 2-2.
2-2. No, that hit. That's the ball.
3-2. They called it a ball 3 on the lower outside corner. Harrison Bader is on deck. Full count to Toglia here. And a pitch. Slider tackled foul with another opportunity. Definitely some tension here for the Sailors. Got a piece of that changeup, 3-2. Keeps his at-bat alive. And that one's fouled off too on that curveball. Swing and a miss. He struck out Toglia. 2 down. So the Stars survive for now. And here's Harrison Bader. The tying run at the plate. The Sailors are this close to actually tying it. They just need to get things to work out Swing and a miss on a changeup. Really a solid changeup for Ben White. Bottom of the 8th here. Below it. Out towards left field. Back it goes. And goodbye. Home run. Tie game. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Harrison Bader with his first of the season. We're tied at 9. Absolutely just enough as it loops. Stayed fair. Bottom of the 8th.
Down, ball.
Here's Josh Lowe. They were down 8-2, and the game is tied. Absolutely incredible.
Ball outside.
Right away outside, 2-0. At the pitch. What's the thing? Now he's lined another base hit. Oh, he struggled with it. Josh Lowe aboard on first. Double. He's safe. Josh Lowe with an unexpected double. On an error. And to an extra base hit. This is the leading run is in scoring position now. And they're gonna pull their pitcher, Ben White. He's probably done for the day. Yeah. Shelton gets him out. Let's see who they bring in. John Fisher coming in for the St. Louis Stars. Maybe line foul. Strike one. Ahmed Rosario the DH here, 2 for 3, so heck, they might take the lead here. A base hit to right field at the very least. Josh Lowe, who's on second base, he'll be on third at the very least. If not, he'll take the lead. 0-2 count here. Sean Fisher gonna try and get out of this for the Stars. A lot of pressure on him here. I mean, not necessarily. This will be an embarrassing loss for St. Louis. The way media works in sports is they will crucify you and your team when you give up when you blow a big lead. They will crucify you, as they should. You know, especially in New York, they're gonna get like all the praise, love, and attention, especially for being in New York. And the 1-2. And line out to right field. We're going on it. Running catch. And that ends the inning. Harrison Bader with a tying home run. We're tied at 9. Here's Levi Anderson, the shortstop. Top of the 9th inning. The game is tied. Oh boy. Mencia mounted. Still on the mound for New York. Batista and Nathan are warming up in the Sailor bullpen, so. Broken back for Anderson. And Ramirez to first, and that's out number 1 right there. So Anderson retired, 1 out. Off the broken bat. And to the plate is Jake Burger. He's 1 for 4 today. His only hit was a solo blast early in the game when St. Louis had like the ridiculous I think he made it either 8 or 9-2, which is ridiculous. Maybe 7-2. It was 6-2, and then every home run was a solo blast. Every home run in this game, every run in this game has been achieved through a home run. 2-0 count. Jake Berger. One that'll be a grounder or short. And the throw to first.
He's out of there.
2 down. And some exciting fans for this New York crowd. Jordan Adams to the plate. Last chance in the 9 innings. Last chance for St. Louis to take a lead before the Sailors get a chance to walk it off.
That missed. That's a ball.
Bad slider to start off for ball 1 from Almonte. Maybe go. I don't even know. I think Chris gonna stay on that lower inside corner here. The last 2 pitches, that's where he's thrown. There's a bit up in the zone with the slider, 1-2.
That's a ball.
There's a slider in the dirt at the catcher's knees. Team in the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Monty trying to get out of this. And it'll be a ground run first. Run to the bag. He makes it. And that's out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Chance for the Sailors to walk it off. Bottom of the 9th inning. Here's Luis Rengifo. This should be an easy one to get out. It's the 2 guys after you got to worry about. Jose Ramirez and Cal Raleigh are next. These are going to be the tough guys. So Duran, Gilbreth still warming up in the Sailor bullpen, in the Stars bullpen, which is a good reason too, because you don't know if we'll go to extra innings or not. Nice 4-seamer. Go in the zone for strike 1. Going pretty well hit. Back it goes. Left center field and makes the running catch for out number 1. Stephen Kwan. Almost. Here's Jose Ramirez. 3-run blast. And that's what got the Sailors to where they are now. That was the home run that got them back in this game. As he fouls one into the stands in left field. Foul. Strike 1. Oh, the tension. Almost has playoff feel to it. Literally that foul for strike 2. The crowd has really gotten into this game after that 3-run blast from Ramirez. That's a 4-seamer foul, but that was a ball. That would have been ball 1. But it still gets another chance. Up the middle, a base hit for Ramirez, and he's aboard. 1 on for the Sailors with 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Here is Cal Raleigh. The winning runner is on first. That is Jose Ramirez. I'm gonna lie, I'm a bit giddy here because this the first game I get to call. It's gonna be that could be a walk off. Oh, Ramirez is gonna go to second. The throw. Safe. He made it. Stolen base, Jose Ramirez. Now he's in scoring position. There we go. Pop up. In foul territory. Burger is not Burger. Runner is on it. And the throw. 2 down. Here's Anthony Edwards. single today, so we might go to extra innings here. We'll see. The foul that went off towards right field foul. The New York Sailors. They're this close. They're this close to having one of those crazy games. Because this has been an absolutely insane. This has been an insane game. In the 0-2. Swing and a miss. We'll go to extra innings. We don't have the extra innings rule, so that's just how that is. John Fisher with a strikeout. We'll head to the 10th. And Felix Bautista is going to come in for the New York Sailors. Bottom of the 10th inning. He was the 2023 reliever of the year. He's going to try and make sure that the St. Louis Stars don't take the lead here. Top of the 10th. Whew. This has been a fun game. 100! He's in triple digits. Felix Bautista. And also, Lyndon Sosa. He's a triple shy of a cycle. He's 4-for-4 today. Back-to-back four-seamers both at 100 miles an hour. Holy cow. Number 2. Wider count. Way outside. 1-2. One back-to-back pitches at 100 miles an hour. Can he hit him again? Or can he hit harder? Into the county and back-to-back. Maybe go back to that fastball. Maybe a different position now. We're going to be a grounder first. Sliding grab! And that's out number 1. Incredible grab. Sliding grab. Look at that. Slide. Quick throw. Run to the bank. But fantastic play there. Top of the 10th. Game Trevino's on. I would lean into that fastball. If he can hit triple digits for that, I'd lean into that because any pitch, if you can get 100 miles an hour on a fastball, yeah, it's hard to hit no matter where you throw it. Look at the best of an 88 mile an hour splitter. Even the count. So Maynard and Holton warming up in the Sailors bullpen. This has been quite the game.
2-1.
100 mile an hour fastball. 2-1 the count. Forsinger just taps foul at 98. 2-2 keeps Trevino's at bat alive. Swing and a miss. 2 down, top of the 10th. First strikeout for Bautista. The plate is Joey Wiemer. Today, he's given the Stars nightmares. Is he going to deliver again? We'll see. 2 home runs, a single, 6 RBIs. Yes, 6 RBIs. That's not a mistake. 2 3-run blasts in a single. That has been his record today. It was absolutely fantastic. 3-0 to Wiemer. I get why he's throwing balls. He's scared to go in the zone because Wiemer's about to hit he can hit an absolute bomb. You never know.
Ball 4, take your base.
Ball 4. I would, if I were him, I would just walked him at the get-go. I would have just walked him. I'm just intentionally walking. Get that guy so you don't get to face him. You're just gonna hide. Camper. Strike one. Ooh. What a game this has been. What a game. The energy later half this game has really gotten good.
Nope. Ball.
Four-seamer at 98, the upper. That's it. Well, I thought this was just going to be a throwaway game, but halfway through, I started rambling on about Willie Mays and for the holograms, the catch, and baseball at Alcatraz. We're gonna miss 1 and 2. Good job, Hine. And now, top of the 10th inning, we're tied. Somehow the game's tied at 9. A wild game here in New York on a Thursday night. Popped up. Ramirez on it. And they'll make the catch. We head to the bottom of the 10th. Here's Elijah King. I don't think I'll show every home run just because that's the amount of them.
0-1.
To highlight my, I want to keep it under 13 minutes is like what I try to be under. I try to be under 13 minutes. No one count to Elijah King. He's going to foul this one down the right field line and into the corner. 0-2. First game I've called that's gone into extra innings. Swag and a miss and a changeup. And there's one down here in the bottom of the 10th. Five-inch pitch break. I usually call it the drop, but it is the break. It's something you have to account for when you're throwing pitches that are up in the zone and they go down. You get thrown a lot. Fly ball. I feel not deep. 2 outs.
Now batting, center fielder Harrison.
Here's Harrison Bader. Get on running with the tying home run in the 8th inning. So maybe he can deliver here. We'll see. Four-seamer for strike one. It's going to be fouled off there. He's that's been his only hit today. Was that 2-run tying home run? The foul ball into the stands. The fans have left. Another one to Bader and the pitch. Strike 3. We'll head to the 11th. Tyler Old gonna come in for the New York Sailors. Bottom of the 11th. Two games he's came in this season as a reliever. He's going to be facing Stephen Kwan. As well this game go for, we'll see. Four-seamer 91 to Stephen Kwan. Top of the 11th here. Kwan, the one thing is he's 0 for 5 today. Caps the sinker in the low inside corner for strike 2. So fans have definitely left the building here at the New York Coliseum. It's called the Coliseum here in the league. There's also the Columbus Coliseum. As there's out number 1 to Stephen Kwan. As he's retired. is Kenji Yamaguchi.
No, that's out.
Oh, bad sweeper there. Just 78. Maybe thankful because that thing might have been absolutely hammered.
Nope,
Like
ball.
deep center field, deep left field, or deep right field even. 2-0 count here. Top of the 11. One out. Yamaguchi's on. There's nobody on. Nice cutter, 2-1. The intensity of this game still pretty high. Just for the wildness of it all. And they could have found off 2-2 by Yamaguchi. He hasn't had a great day himself. Just one hit. 320 batting average this week, so he's had a bad week in the National Baseball League.
Count.
Sinker, the count is full. Levi Anderson's on deck. Allen's right towards the seats. Just the count 3 balls, 2 strikes. And then the tense one. The 3-2 from Holton. The pitch. The foul ball. Another 3-2 on the way from Holton. We'll try and get out of this. The sinker tap foul by Yamaguchi. Doing a good job staying in the count. He's a tough out. At least it seems to proven to be a tough out here to end this at bat. Swung and a miss on the Singer. 2 down. Near the bottom of the 11th. Solid sinker to get Yamaguchi to chase. The play is Levi Anderson with two down. Takes a sinker for strike one here. He's had a terrible day. 0 for 5. Despite being one of the better players on the team, he's had a bad start to offensively. Yeah, Lawrence can be fouled off 0-2. He's had bright blue here for some reason. Fly ball into left field, not deep, and that'll do it for the top of the 11th. We head to the bottom of the 11th inning. Chance for the Sailors to walk it off. So some loyal fans here as Josh loaded to the plate. And there's a fly ball shallow left field, and Lowe's retired. 1 down. It's a long game. It's a good game though. Ahmed Rosario.
That missed. That's a ball.
Goes in for ball 1 to Rosario.
1 ball, no strikes.
All home runs in this game. Oh, wait, all runs in this game have been home runs. That's where they've come from. Will that continue? There's a pop-up. Foul territory. Burgers on it, and they'll make the catch. 2 down. Nicholas Rengifo. There's a single today. This one I think I'd bring in the pinch hitter. Strike 1 there to Rengifo. Splitter 0-2. Fisher might be able to get out of this. The pitch. Well, back it goes. To the center field, and that will do it. We'll head to the 12th. Fish are really good here. 3 extra innings. Adams and Sosa up next. The New York Steelers, they'll bring in Danny Young. He came in just one time this season. It's Jake Burger. Home run, just a solo blast to make it. Solo blast about halfway through. We're now in the 12th inning. I'm just gonna piece off the end of the bat for strike one. Jake Burger. I really want to see, can New York pull it off? Can they pull off the comeback?
That's the ball.
They were down 9-2. Now the game's tied. Can they do it? They just need. It'd be a great story, but it would be a really. it'd be like. It'd be really cool for St. Louis fans. It's gonna be a great finish either way. 2-2 the count to Jake Burger. Tapped his finger off the end of the bat, foul. And another pitch. Got a piece of that sweeper staying alive in the count. Jake Burger. This game has reached 2 hours. 2 hours in length. Another sweeper, tap foul. 2-2.
Ball.
Count is full. That was way outside the zone. Jordan Adams on deck for St. Louis. Line foul. Or at least the live stream has reached 2 hours. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A full count to Jake Burger. Ball 4, a walk, Jake Burger. 1 on top of the 12th. Jordan Adams. I imagine he's on leash if he goes up anything else. He's done.
That's the ball.
Long sweeper there. Just a little too much for ball 1 there. Gotta keep an eye on first.
Nope, that's outside. Ball.
He's struggling to hit the zone on that sweeper. This is a bad time to be struggling with pitches. This is the worst time possible.
Here.
Go sweeper. Two warming up. Two pitchers warming up in the Sailors bullpen. There's a fly ball, back she goes, and goodbye. Home run, and the St. Louis Stars have the lead. It's 11-9 in the top of the 10th inning, and that could be the game-winning home run for St. Louis, and that silences the crowd here at the New York Coliseum. Jordan Adams, his 3rd this season. And they are having a party in the dugout. Yeah, this one just absolutely corked. Franklin and Sosa. Sailors with an 11-9 lead, top of the 12th. With row and one. Swung and a miss on a sinker, 0 and 2.
0 and 2.
He's a triple shy of the cycle. Stars with an 11-9 lead. Nobody out, 2.
1-2.
A little bad sweeper, 1 and 2. As soon as I can, if I'm the coach, I'll pull this guy. He's struggling.
2 and 2.
2 and 2 to count on that sweeper. He's struggling to get that third strike. The grounder and run to the bag, it's at number 1.
The bat, the third baseman, Danny Frattina.
Yeah, they're gonna pull him. Didn't last too long, didn't it? It's gonna be done for the ball game. And they bring in Gregory Soto. That's likely to go to the one Soto. I don't know that for a fact. That would not surprise me if they're brothers. So he's gonna take them out and try and get out of this and hopefully for the Sailors, like it's room for them. The hope is that they can go back and outdo the 2-run blast St. Louis and maybe walk it off that way. So that's the only way they maybe that's through home runs. Maybe just getting guys on base. Pop up into left field. Runner on it. The running fielder. Left fielder on it. Anthony Edwards. 2 down. There's Joey Wiemer. Since that second 3-run blast, he hasn't really done much in this ball game. Obviously, only had 2 other at bats. One of them was a single, and the other he struck out. At least I would still consider him a tough out here for Soto. Fly ball in the center field. This one went back. It's at the track. A running catch. We turn to make it, and we head to the bottom of the 12th. And again, the Stars shut down New York. Let's see. Juan Duran taking the mound for the St. Louis Stars. He's going to try and pick up the save here in the bottom of the 12th inning. This is his goal, prevent a walk-off. Bad news, he's going to face Jose Ramirez. Bad news for the Stars. Juan Duran's facing Ramirez as his first batter.
Ball.
Rosemer Bolognese 100. He's hit triple digits on his first pitch. Now he's going to line out to left center. Ramirez is retired, 1 down. Stars are 2 outs away from winning this game. Here's Cal Raleigh for New York. Splitter for ball 1. That was way low on that splitter. I think he misfired that. I don't think that was intentional. That one surprised me because the pitcher. I mean, accuracy. It's so. It's arbitrary. It's just how close do you get to something? There's no real defined line for what's accurate. There's no exact. It's just kind of. That's accurate, and eventually at some point stops being considered accurate. Almost like a philosophy, a science thing. Maybe a philosophy thing too. 2 2 the count to Raleigh.
Ball.
Bell count.
Full count.
Tying run on deck for the Sailors, but they it's just to
Ball
keep the
four,
game
take
going.
base.
So now the tying run to the plate. The winning run's on deck. Anthony Edwards.
Ball, that's
I'm going
it.
to take a four-seamer inside for ball 1, which that was a smart decision there. 'Cause I think I bet some good MLB batter.
Take
Might-
five.
They might have took that first inside pitch. So now it's 1-1 from Durant. The Sailors are. It's almost like their opportunity kind of slipped away because now they're back behind again. When they lined a base hit. 2-1 for New York. And there's only 1 out. Now New York, they got a shot. Winning run to the plate. Winning run is to the plate for the Sailors. That was off that four-seamer at the end of the bat. Strike 1. To Elijah King here. Let the crowd speak a bit. The 0-1.
No, that missed.
Four-seamer. And evens the count. He walks King, that'll be bases loaded. Winning run on first. Taps that one foul just at the knees there. Got the top of that fastball, 1-2. Now he's got to work it. He's maybe gonna work through. He's got to stay alive in the count here. Strike 3! Right down Broadway. And the Sailors are down their final out. Here's Michael Toglia. He's had a rough day today for New York. He's their last hope.
That's the ball. One ball.
Four-seamer
no
for
strike.
ball 1. So New York's hope fading a bit. Bottom of the 12th. Stars looking for the win.
That missed. That's the ball.
Back-to-back balls, 2-0. And with the fastball, he's not biting. Toglia's not biting here. But if he can get a singles, it's going to be at least it should at least be bases loaded. It will be. Strike 1. They're down to the final 2 strikes. On this one, pretty well hit. Back it goes. It's on the track. It's at the wall. Goodbye. Home run. Toglia walks it off for the New York Sailors. Michael Toglia, a 3-run blast. I don't even think that was in the zone. Into left field. The Sailors walk it off and they win it 12-11. Into the... Okay, no, it wasn't in the second deck, but still, the New York Sailors, after being down at least 8-2, if not 9-2, they walk it off 12-11. An incredible game. Wow. And they take a 2-0 series lead, and they're going to look to close it out tomorrow here in New York. Wow. What a game. Final score 12-11. The Sailors win. 12 runs on 15 hits for New York. St. Louis Stars, 11 runs on 13 hits with 1 error. I'm Thomas Rose. Goodbye. See you tomorrow. Holy cow. What a game. What a game. What a game.